We are born into a framework we didn't design. 64 squares, a strict set of boundaries, specific rules of engagement, and a clock that never stops ticking down. From the very first step, we are players in a game we are forced to learn entirely on the fly. They call it chess. But if you look closely enough, it's just the reflection of the lives we live every single day. In life, as on the board, there is no such thing as a neutral move. Every decision you make, the career path you take, the words you say, the risks you avoid shifts the entire landscape. The law of the board. Every action carries a consequence. You cannot make a move and then demand to live in the reality of the move you didn't make. When you push a pawn forward, you leave a weakness behind. You cannot undo it. You cannot rewind the tape. You are forced to live with, adapt to, and manage the direct results of your choices. Responsibility isn't a burden. It is the absolute cost of playing the game. We are told to plan. We build elaborate 5-year strategies for our lives, but a plan is a fragile thing. It rarely survives first contact with reality or an opponent. When the game goes off script, when adversity strikes out of nowhere, panic is a luxury you can't afford. Adaptability is the only true currency of survival. Resilience isn't about preventing the storm. It's about looking at a ruined board, accepting the new reality, and finding the single best forward-looking solution from right where you stand. Look at the pieces at your disposal. They aren't created equal. The bishop can never walk the dark squares. The knight can only leap in its rigid, L-shaped bounds. In life, we often waste time wishing we had someone else's assets. We want the queen's freedom when we have a rook's straight-line constraints. But mastery isn't about having the perfect tools. It's about maximizing the unique value of the assets you do have while navigating your inherent limitations. Every piece has its moment to change the game. Perhaps the greatest trap of all is the illusion of the perfect moment. We freeze. We wait for more data, more money, better timing, or a clearer sign before we take action. But the clock is always running. Chess teaches us a brutal, necessary truth. Waiting too long for the perfect move is often the quickest way to lose. Total passivity is fatal. If the opportunity doesn't present itself, you have to seize the initiative. You have to create your own openings. You have to move. When you understand these dynamics, the game stops being a hobby and becomes a blueprint. Life will test your strategy. It will force you to pivot. It will hold you accountable for your mistakes, and it will demand courage when the timer runs low. But remember, the board is yours to play. The pieces are in your hands.